Welcome back to Talk English Now, everyone. I'm Maya, and today we have something special for you, a deep dive into pronunciation, but not just any pronunciation tips. We're talking about those hidden, almost secret tricks that native speakers use every single day, but you almost never learn in school or textbooks. With me, as always, are Aiden and our pronunciation expert, Sophie. Let's start with a real-life moment. Picture this. You've studied English for years. You know the grammar, the vocabulary, you even feel pretty confident. But you walk into a coffee shop, order a coffee, and the barista just stares at you. You repeat yourself. Still nothing. Maybe they smile politely, maybe they guess, maybe you end up pointing at the menu. Has that ever happened to you? Or maybe it's on the phone. You say your name, your city, even a simple hello, but you're asked to repeat again and again. What's really happening? Here's the big truth. It's not about your grammar, it's about your pronunciation. Sometimes a tiny difference in sound, one that nobody ever pointed out, makes all the difference between being understood or not.
You know, Maya, this is such a common story. I think almost every English learner has a moment like this. And honestly, I remember when I was trying to learn German. I could read, I could write, but the first time I tried ordering food, nobody understood me. I felt so embarrassed. My words sounded right in my head, but something was just off.
Absolutely. Aiden, this is something we hear all the time. Most learners are never taught the little pronunciation details that natives use. Teachers focus on grammar, vocabulary, maybe some basic sounds, but they don't talk about linking, reductions, or stress patterns. And that's what makes someone sound clear or makes them hard to understand, even when everything else is correct.
And sometimes these are things native speakers don't even realize they do. Like, ask any American why they say gonna instead of going to, or why did you becomes didja. Most won't even notice they're doing it. It's just natural.
That's so true. And you know, Maya, you mentioned the coffee shop example. For me, it was in London. I said water and the guy had no idea what I wanted. He asked me to repeat it 3 times. I thought, what am I doing wrong? Turns out my T sounded more American, and in the UK they say water really soft. Tiny differences, but they matter.
Right. So let's set the stage for today's episode. We're not just giving you another list of pronunciation rules. We're giving you the inside secrets, the tricks that unlock clear, confident English, no matter your accent. If you ever felt nervous to speak up or worried you'd be misunderstood, this episode is for you.
And before we jump into the first trick, here's something I want every listener to remember. Perfect pronunciation is not the goal. The real goal is to be understood, to communicate easily, and to feel good about speaking English, wherever you are, whoever you're talking to.
So true. Even native speakers have different accents. You don't have to sound like someone from New York or London. You just need these simple tricks to be clear.
All right, let's start with a question for our listeners. Have you ever listened to a movie or a native conversation and felt like the words just melted together? Like it was one long sound, not separate words? If yes, you're noticing the first secret trick, linking.
Exactly. Secret number 1, linking words together. Native speakers almost never say words separately. Instead, the last sound of one word joins the first sound of the next word. For example, turn off the light isn't turn off the light. It's turn off the light. Try it with us. Turn off the light. Say it slowly. Turn off the light. Now say it faster. Turn off the light. It's like one big word. This happens all the time in real English.
Let's try another. What are you doing? Textbook, what are you doing? Native, what you doing? Repeat after us, what you doing? This isn't slang, it's just how real people talk.
And this linking is everywhere. Here's a little practice for listeners. I need it. Native, I need it. We have to go. Native, we have to go. Try linking these at home or say them with us. I need it. We have to go.
And don't worry if it feels weird at first. Your mouth and brain need practice. The more you try, the easier it gets. One tip: record yourself on your phone, then play it back. Do you hear the words joining together? If not, try again and make the sounds flow into each other.
Here's another fun one: read it out loud. Native, re-edit out loud. The D from read slides right into it. It's a small thing, but it helps your speech sound smoother, and it makes listening to others much easier.
Let's pause for a mini challenge. We'll say a sentence and you repeat, focusing on linking. Ready? She gave it to me. Now together, she could veto me. Again, a little faster. She could veto me.
Perfect. If you practice this every day with different sentences, you'll notice a big change. Not just in how you sound, but in how you hear English. 2.
Let's move to trick number 2, but before we do, Maya, can you share a time when you realized how important linking was?
Of course. When I first moved to the US, I knew English, but I was always confused in fast conversations. One day a friend said, "Do you eat yet?" I had no idea what she meant. It took me a while to realize she was saying, "Did you eat yet?" And everything was linked. Once I started listening for those connections, English became so much easier to understand and speak.
That's such a good story. And it brings us to something else. Sometimes pronunciation is less about making the right sound and more about letting go of the spaces between words.
Yes, and that's really the heart of native-like pronunciation. Now, trick number 2, word stress and sentence rhythm. In English, some words and syllables are strong and loud, while others are soft and quick. Native speakers don't say every word the same way.
Exactly. For example, in the question, "What did you do today?" the strong words are what, do, and they. The little words, did, you, to, get swallowed or rushed. Try saying it with us. What did you do today? Faster and with rhythm. What did I do? Notice how some words are clear and strong and others kind of disappear.
Let's practice a few. Listen, then repeat, "I can do it." Stress on can and do. The rest are quick. Again, "I can do it."
This rhythm makes you sound natural, and it helps people understand you, even if you don't say every sound perfectly. English is a stress-timed language, so focus on making the important words stand out.
Let's try another. We're going to the park. Strong words, going, park. Fast, we're going to the park.
And here's a fun fact. Even if you have an accent, using the right stress and rhythm helps more than perfect sounds. People will understand you better.
So here's a practice tip. When you listen to English songs, movies, or podcasts, tap your hand to the beat of the strong words. Feel the rhythm. Try copying it when you speak.
Let's do a quick shadowing exercise. I'll say a sentence, you repeat, and match the stress. I'm really happy today. Stress, really happy today. Your turn, I'm really happy today.
One more. She needs to call her mom. Strong, needs, call mom. Try it. She needs to call her mom.
Don't stress every word, stress the important ones. The rest can be soft or quick.
Let's take a quick breather. If you're listening, try picking a sentence from your day. Maybe something you want to say at work, school, or with friends. Which words are important? Which are just helper words? Try saying it with the rhythm.
These first 2 tricks, linking and rhythm, are the backbone of clear, natural English. They take practice, but once you start, everything changes. You'll feel more confident and people will understand you more easily.
And the best part is, you don't need to be perfect. Even small changes make a huge difference.
That's right. And we've only just begun. Next up, we'll share trick number 3, which is about a sound most learners never notice, but it's everywhere in real English. Plus, we'll keep giving you easy ways to practice at home or on the go.
Stay with us. These are the secrets that unlock fluent, clear pronunciation. We promise nobody teaches this in school. Alright, so Maya just teased our next secret. And honestly, this is one of those little things that makes you sound instantly more native. Trick number 3, the mysterious schwa sound. Sophie, can you break it down for us?
Absolutely. The schwa is actually the most common sound in English, but almost nobody talks about it. It's the little sound you hear in many unstressed syllables, like the in about, the e in taken, or the o in supply. It looks different in words, but it always sounds like a relaxed, quick
That's so true. And when I first learned about the schwa, everything suddenly made sense. Like, why banana sounds like banane, not bananas. Though the first and last A are schwa, just a light sound.
Let's give listeners some practice. We'll say a few words, and you guys at home try repeating after us. Notice which syllables are just instead of a clear vowel.
Ready? First up, problem. Slow, problem. The lem is really just I'm. Say it with us, problem.
Another one, support. The su is a schwa, so it's support, not S-O-O port. Try support.
America, almost every vowel is a schwa except the E. So it's Americu, not Amerique. Say it America.
Exactly. And here's a fun trick. If a word is hard to say, try relaxing your mouth and making the schwa sound in the unstressed syllables. You'll sound more natural and fluent right away.
Let's pause for a mini challenge. We'll say a sentence and you repeat, focusing on linking. Ready? She gave it to me. Now together, she gave it to me. Again, a little faster. She gave it to me.
Perfect. If you practice this every day with different sentences, you'll notice a big change. Not just in how you sound, but in how you hear English, too.
Let's move to trick number 2, but before we do, Maya, can you share a time when you realized how important linking was?
Of course. When I first moved to the US, I knew English, but I was always confused in fast conversations. One day a friend said, "Do you eat yet?" I had no idea what she meant. It took me a while to realize she was saying, "Did you eat yet?" And everything was linked. Once I started listening for those connections, English became so much easier to understand and speak.
That's such a good story. And it brings us to something else. Sometimes pronunciation is less about making the right sound and more about letting go of the spaces between words.
Yes, and that's really the heart of native-like pronunciation. Now, trick number 2, word stress and sentence rhythm. In English, some words and syllables are strong and loud, while others are soft and quick. Native speakers don't say every word the same way.
Exactly. For example, in the question, "What did you do today?" The strong words are what, do, and they. The little words, did, you, to, get swallowed or rushed. Try saying it with us. "What did you do today?" Faster and with rhythm. What did I do? Notice how some words are clear and strong and others kind of disappear.
Let's practice a few. Listen, then repeat, "I can do it." Stress on can and do. The rest are quick. Again, "I can do it."
This rhythm makes you sound natural, and it helps people understand you, even if you don't say every sound perfectly. English is a stress-timed language, so focus on making the important words stand out.
Let's try another. We're going to the park. Strong words, going, park. Fast, we're going to the park.
And here's a fun fact. Even if you have an accent, using the right stress and rhythm helps more than perfect sounds. People will understand you better.
So here's a practice tip. When you listen to English songs, movies, or podcasts, tap your hand to the beat of the strong words. Feel the rhythm. Try copying it when you speak.
Let's do a quick shadowing exercise. I'll say a sentence, you repeat and match the stress. I'm really happy today. Stress, really happy today. Your turn. I'm really happy today.
One more. She needs to call her mom. Strong, needs, call mom. Try it. She needs to call her mom.
Don't stress every word, stress the important ones. The rest can be soft or quick.
Why does this matter so much, Sophie? Why does the schwa help with understanding?
Because native speakers use schwa all the time, especially in fast speech. If you try to say every vowel very clearly, you'll sound slow, and sometimes people might not even understand you. But if you use schwa for the quiet syllables, your English flows more like a native's.
Let's do a mini quiz. I'll say 3 words and Maya, you tell me which part is the schwa. Ready? First word, pencil.
The IL at the end. It's pen SL, not pen SEL.
Nice. Second word, sofa.
The fe, so sofa.
Last one, chocolate.
Oh, tricky. The late, so it's CHOCL.
Perfect. Listeners, did you get those?
You can train your ear for schwa by listening for the laziest, quickest syllable in a word. If you relax your mouth and just say, you're probably saying it right.
And honestly, that's such a relief. English is supposed to be relaxed. Don't worry about sounding too correct all the time. If you soften those unstressed syllables, you'll sound more like a real English speaker.
That brings us to trick number 4, contractions and reductions. These are everywhere in spoken English, but they almost never show up in textbooks. Sophie, what's the deal here?
Okay, contractions are when 2 words become one. Like I am becomes I'm. He will becomes he'll. They are becomes there. Most people learn these early. But reductions go even further. Native speakers reduce whole phrases into single sounds. For example, going to becomes gonna. Want to becomes wanna. Did you becomes didja.
And these reductions are everywhere. If you listen to real English, people almost never say, I am going to eat. They say, I'm gonna eat.
Let's give listeners a practice round. We'll say the textbook way, then the real way, and everyone listening repeat after us. I am going to sleep. Textbook, I'm gonna sleep. Real again, I'm gonna sleep.
Here's another. Do you want to come? Textbook, do you wanna come? Real, try. Do you wanna come?
One more. Did you see it? Textbook. Did you see it? Real. Say, did you see it?
These reductions make your English faster, and people will understand you more easily because you sound more natural.
And you don't have to use all the reductions right away. But if you can recognize them, you'll understand native speakers much better. Try to add just 1 or 2 into your daily speaking. It makes a huge difference.
And here's a confidence boost. Using even a few contractions or reductions can make you sound way more fluent. Listeners, try saying I'm, he's, they'll instead of I am, he is, they will. Just making that switch makes a big difference.
Let's do some rapid fire practice. Sophie, say a phrase, and Maya and I will say it the native way.
Okay, ready? She is going to call.
She's gonna call.
She's gonna call.
They are not coming.
They're not coming.
They're not coming.
Do you want a drink?
Do you want a drink?
Do you want a drink?
Perfect. And listeners, try these at home or with a friend.
Sometimes learners feel shy about using reductions. Maybe they sound too casual, or maybe it feels a bit fake at first. But trust us, this is real, everyday English. Even in interviews, even at school, reductions are everywhere.
And the best part? You don't need to use them perfectly. Just notice them, try them out, and see how people react. You'll sound more like you belong in the conversation.
Let's take a second for a practice game. We'll give you a sentence. You try to say it the reduced native way. I am going to call my friend. Native, I'm going to call my friend. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. He's going to be late. Native, he's gonna be late. Did you see that movie?
Great job. The more you practice, the easier it gets. You'll notice native speakers respond more naturally, and conversations will feel smoother.
Maya, any quick tips for practicing contractions and reductions at home?
Definitely. One is to watch short clips of your favorite shows or YouTube videos. Write down a few lines, then listen closely for how the words join together or get reduced. Pause, repeat, try to match their speed. You'll start to feel the natural rhythm after a while.
And don't forget, you can always record yourself and listen back. Even just 5 minutes a day makes a big difference over time.
We've covered a lot already: linking, rhythm, schwa, reductions. That's 4 of the 5 hidden pronunciation tricks. The last one is probably the most surprising, and it's the reason native speakers can say long sentences without running out of breath or sounding robotic.
We'll reveal that final trick next, along with some extra practice you can use right away, even if you're learning alone. So stay tuned. All right, everyone, thanks for sticking with us. We've covered 4 powerful pronunciation tricks already, but there's still one last secret, and honestly, it's a game changer for sounding clear, confident, and fluent. This is trick number 5, mastering thought groups and pauses. Sophie, what exactly are thought groups?
Great question. Thought groups are natural chunks of speech, small groups of words you say together before you pause. Native speakers don't speak word by word. They group ideas together. It's not just about the words, but about the meaning, the feeling behind them. This makes speech sound more natural and easier to understand.
Yeah, and if you listen to how I'm speaking right now, you'll notice I pause naturally, not after every word, but after a group of words that belong together. For example, listen to this sentence: I went to the store / and I bought some milk / and then I met my friend. Hear those pauses? Each part is a thought group. If you pause at the right moments, people understand you much better, and you actually feel more relaxed speaking.
Let's give everyone a few practice sentences. Listen to the pauses and repeat after us. After dinner / we watched a movie / and then we went for a walk. Try it one more time. After dinner / we watched a movie / we watched a movie worth 1,000 Fernand. And we read our mirrors.
Those little pauses give you time to breathe and organize your thoughts. You don't need to rush. And listeners, if you're worried about speaking too slowly, don't be. Native speakers use pauses all the time. It's normal.
This trick helps with listening too. If you hear someone speaking quickly, try to catch the thought groups, not every word. Your brain can relax and follow the story more easily.
I remember when I started using thought groups, it changed everything. I stopped running out of breath, and people stopped asking me to repeat myself. It just felt smoother.
And here's a great practice tip. Read a paragraph from a book or an article, and draw slashes / where you naturally want to pause. Read it out loud, pausing at each slash. Over time, your speech will sound much more natural.
Let's do a quick challenge for listeners. We'll say a longer sentence and you try to break it into thought groups as you repeat after us. I wanted to go to the new restaurant / but it was already closed / but it was already closed / so I called my friend / and we decided to get pizza instead. Try it again, pausing where it feels right.
If you practice like this a few minutes each day, you'll start to feel the rhythm of English, and your sentences won't feel stressful or rushed.
Remember, you don't need to fill every silence. A short pause is your friend. It gives you time to think, and it gives your listener time to understand.
Let's do a quick recap for everyone. Here are the 5 hidden pronunciation tricks, linking words together using natural English rhythm and stress the schwa sound contractions and reductions, thought groups and pauses.
And really, it's not about being perfect. It's about being understood, sounding natural, and feeling good when you speak. If you try even 1 or 2 of these tricks this week, you'll notice a change in your confidence and how people react to your English.
I want to add, practice these tricks out loud. Speak to yourself. Record your voice. Join an English conversation group online, or shadow your favorite English podcasts and shows. The more you use these tricks, the more automatic they become.
And listeners, don't forget, accents are beautiful and your English is valuable. The goal is clarity, not perfection.
That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed these tips, let us know which pronunciation trick surprised you the most, or which one you want to practice first. Subscribe to Talk English Now for more easy, practical lessons. And remember, you're always welcome here, no matter your level.
Keep speaking, keep trying new things, and celebrate your progress. Even small steps make a big difference.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode. And until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep making English your own.
Bye, everyone.